All right, welcome everybody to LoBricks Studios. You're currently looking at the overhead, sky cam, as I like to call it. If somebody in the chat room wants to give me a shout out that you guys can hear me, that'd be great. So far, I see in the chat room we got Andrew, Sub, Carter, Archie, and Alyssa. Welcome everybody. General Kenobi, Alyssa, welcome. And we're going to get to what we're going to be building in a minute. Right now, we'll leave it on this lovely overhead cam. And if somebody in the chat room can give me a shout out that you can hear me, that would be awesome. Oh, Seb Scott. I apologize. Now, Alyssa, don't be shy. You usually show up in the chat room and then you bolt, so don't be shy tonight. Christian, welcome. All right, so let's cut from overhead cam to normal view, and we will get started. Okay, so today on LoBricks Live, we are going to be working on the Junlin Wastes. Right here, we're actually going to be building a little ramp for R2-D2 and put that in there. And then right next door, we're going to be adding some brand new minifigures that I got in a garage sale haul to this part of Mos Eisley. As you guys will notice, there's all sorts of folks all over the rest of Mos Eisley, but for whatever reason, this corner of Mos Eisley is completely desolate, so we're going to film some guys here. So that's what we're going to be doing today on LoBricks Live. Let me make sure you guys can see our build area there. And good to see everybody's coming in the chat room. I see Cowboy Master joined us. Just passing by, Cowboy. That's awesome. Got to study for some finals. I hear you, man. Oh, wait, what do you got here? Oh, tests. So, and if you guys didn't notice, I am actually doing it alone tonight. Assistant, like Cowboy, is also working on his finals and that. So you have me tonight, like it or not. So let's see. Let's make sure we can see this before I start building. All right. Well, actually, I'm going to back it up for a minute because I want to show you guys my garage sale haul. So for you guys, I know we have people from all over, but here in Michigan, this is garage sale season, and I got pretty good haul. In fact, Alyssa in the chat room, the first garage sale haul item came, I believe, from Alyssa, which was, I got this Pirates of the Caribbean set. I think this is from like 2012. It's got Jack Sparrow and some other stuff. Then I also found this completely unopened. Oh, can't really see it. This is an old Alien Conquest UFO abduction set. Found this at a garage sale for $5, and it's completely sealed, which is pretty cool. And actually, Assistant said in a few weeks he might build this on one of his Friday videos or in a live stream. And then finally, probably the most important thing, which I'm going to be working on, is I got some odds and ends, including some... I got a Tusken Raider, and I got a few villagers from Mos Eisley. One's Ben Kenobi, but we'll have to switch out his head. And then I found, for pretty cheap, got another land speeder. I know we don't need one of those, but I can always use more Jawas. So that's my garage sale haul. So we're going to lay out some pieces here. I got to make sure that we don't block R2-D2. And I'll check in with the chat room periodically. Welcome, Archie. I'm glad you're here. It's the first stream that you've in the channel, so awesome. Thanks for coming, Archie. Mr. Plague Doctor, I always remember you, of course. The Cheezilla. You are a big fan of the cheese pieces. So this is what I'm going to be doing. So in New Hope, let me move it a little closer here. Let me make sure you guys can see. Sort of. Good enough. Close enough. So if you remember in New Hope, there's kind of a little ramp that R2-D2 is on. There's a little ramp right up through here. So I'm going to be building a little ramp, and I'm going to be doing what Assistant did. Let me flip to a picture of it. He is kind of blending in the sidewalks and making darker tan pieces with the light tan pieces. So I'm going to be doing that right about to the half-hour mark. And then at around 4:30, I'm going to move and put some new minifigs into that one area of Mos Eisley. Put a few more tan pieces in to blend it too. So that is what I'm going to be doing. And Seb Scott, that is exactly what I was hoping. I wanted to inspire people. Actually, I didn't have any inspiration when I started building our Tatooine, but since then I've gone out and looked at a ton of MOCs out there, and they're all so cool. There's some big ones, some small ones, and they're all good though. All right, so first thing I'm going to do to start my ramp, and Assistant will be the judge of this when he gets back. I'm going to start putting in a few 2x4 pieces here. Kind of build up this side. And hopefully you guys can see this. This is a little tight in here. Let me take a look back at the... Oh, you guys, of course you can't see it. I'm not even on the right camera. There we go. Yeah, I can't see the ramp. I had it on the wrong picture. I still had it on Mos Eisley. Sorry about that, guys. So now hopefully you can see the area that I'm building here. Oh, you're in Britain, Archie. Out in, that's true. You know, I am terrible with time zones. You're going to have to tell me what time it actually is in Britain. Are you guys 6 hours? Let's see. Are you 6 hours in front of us? Is it like 11 at night, or is it like noon there? Okay, so hopefully you can start to see me putting the ramp in now that I've actually switched to pictures. Yeah, Andrew, sorry about that. I put it on I wanted to show you guys the Assistant frame for a minute, and I accidentally left it on that. And the Assistant is not here to help me, so I don't have my producer tonight. So you should start seeing the ramp now. It's not much of a ramp as it is some bricks laid out. And so what Assistant always tells me is, like, you gotta blend some of the light with the dark. So we are going to do that. And I don't want it to be too high up, because then the Jawas would be like below R2-D2. Ah, it's 9 there, Archie, so you're 5 hours in front of us. So hopefully you guys can see the Junlin Waste area now with the ramp. That's right, I will give him a written warning for sure, Andrew. He's already been given one. He actually has finals tonight. Well, not finals. He's studying for finals. He has finals tomorrow. Oh, no. I just knocked some minifigures off his wall. Now I'm in real trouble. He's going to give me the written warning now. I just knocked Jafar and a few others right off of his minifigure wall. The wheels come off the wagon when I'm left here by myself. All right. So a little bit of blending in here to get some of the individual pieces. All right. Get some mix in some tan. So hey guys, I wanted to ask you, everyone that joined me tonight, have any of you guys seen the new episode of Bad Batch, or have you been watching Bad Batch? Because I got to tell you guys, I'm loving it. Assistant doesn't watch it at all, so I don't know why I'm the old guy in our house that's watching cartoons, but I'm loving it. All right, so guess we'll make a little bit of the ramp. Here, let's get some of these Jawas out of here. You guys probably can't see this. I've got like tons of Jawas tucked inside the cave walls. I got one in there so far. You can't even see them. So let's get all these Jawas out here. Assistant told me the other day I have 19 Jawas on the board. And now that we got one in the garage sale, this will be Jawa number 20. All right, so gonna build the ramp into the cliff here a little bit. So the Jawas have somewhere to stand while they're ambushing little R2. This is getting to be a tight fit in here. All right, Clips Films Melbourne, welcome. Standard hilt, maybe Lego didn't. I'll have to read that later. All right. Yeah, I'm going to try to keep up with the chat room tonight, guys, but since I'm all by myself, an assistant left me here. And as Andrew said, he has a strong written warning. I will do my best to follow along. Ooh, don't want that piece. Got some orange on it. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, Assistant is a lot better at blending the bricks. He does a better job at it than me. So hopefully, well, not hopefully, any mistakes that I make, Assistant will be correcting. He does that quite often. Fixes up my stuff. The Tusken Raider on the ledge did survive. Andrew, he's right here. He's a little hard to see, but yeah, he's sitting by his fire. As you guys know, he's the outcast because he looked different than the other ones. And which, you know, that's not cool, man. Tusken Raiders have feelings too, even though they're vicious animal things. Isn't that what Anakin called them? So my assistant was telling me, and his brother was telling me, there's some meme out there when Anakin says, "I hate them," about the Tusken Raiders. So maybe you guys can let me know if you've heard of that. I know Anakin was a huge fan of the Tusken Raiders after what they did to his mom. So this is kind of subtle. It's going to be, you know, be a little hard to see, but we wanted to add a little more detail all over the place in the MOC. Just give it a little more blending. Because it was just flat tan. Looks kind of boring. Oh, this one is going to... All right. Okay, I'm going to build one more level on the ramp. And I think then we can stick R2 back here. Welcome, Plo Koon. I am doing very well, Plo Koon. Thanks for coming. Now, Plo Koon, you're gonna have to remember. You're gonna have to remind me that's one of the Jedi, right? Is that Plo Koon's one of the Jedi that gets wiped out in Order 66? You'd think, you know, me building this giant Tatooine MOC, I would be some sort of Star Wars expert. My Star Wars knowledge is very limited. Star Wars knowledge is very limited to the original trilogy, Because for the you guys been watching a while, you know that I'm old. So I'm like original trilogy guy. Okay, let's do a little more blending in the back here. And for those just joining, for about another 15 more minutes, I'm going to be building inside the Gunland Waste here, building that little ramp that R2 is on. And then we are going to move over to Mos Eisley to kind of an abandoned section. We're going to add some people there. And we're going to have to do a little work on an Obi-Wan Kenobi that I got in a garage sale this weekend. Okay, I think we are ready to put the Jawas back. I guess I should somewhat hide them so R2 can't see them. That's a little tough though. And R2 would be right about here. It's less of a ramp and more of a just a tiny little ledge. And I'll try to swing the camera over so you guys can see it. Put this Jawa back. He's not fooling anyone in there. I thought these guys were a little sneakier because they're actually in the side of the wall. Well, I won't spend a ton of time putting all the Jawas in here. I did want to put something else back here, like another little edge of the, this is the very edge of the MOC right here. Mr. Raider, I totally agree with you. The youngling scene is the best and the worst. That is just like, from that time forward, it's really hard to be on Darth Vader's side with anything. He just murders a bunch of children. That was not very cool. Master Skywalker, there's too many of them. What are we going to do? Well, I know what you're going to do. All right. Do a little more blending in here. That is actually, Plo Koon, what I was thinking of doing. In fact, what comes with, my garage scale hopping, I got another one of these little corner caves. So I was thinking of adding this back here. I might do that actually. Build it up a little more. I don't think there'd be scrub grass growing in the back of a cave. So, you know what? To make the audience happy, I'm going to do that right now. Let's build a little mini cave back here. Add on with garage sale findings. It'll be a little level up from this one that's already there, but that should be fine. All right, here is my bullet fit. Oh, gonna have to take that scrub out too. It's kind of blocking the Jawa that's there, hanging over a little bit. If I turned it, doesn't quite fit this way. Yeah, that kind of blocks things out. Maybe it was good to have. Well, we'll keep messing with that. So we get the scrub brush back here. What I love to do is rip stuff apart when the assistant is gone. Then he comes back and he's like, "What the heck did you do?" So, Plo Koon, how long have you been working on Tatooine? Well, actually, believe it or not, and this is true, we started working on Tatooine right when we did our first video. So if you go back to episode 1, that's when we were laying down the tan tiles on this. That was July 15th of last year. We actually filmed it and put it up the same day on YouTube. So we're closing in. We're 2 months shy of 1 year working on this. And we are planning our next MOC, but man, there's so much we still want to do on Tatooine. But I don't know, for you guys that have been here a long time, we are going to be doing Hoth next. And we're already planning that. We have a location for it. Although, and I'll probably show this on a video eventually. It's actually in a room that right now has a giant Lionel train layout on it. And I think that might have to go in place of Hoth. So tell me in the chat room, let me know. Should I take out an old Lionel train set and put in Hoth? I think I know the answer to that question. But you guys tell me. Archie, you have to go. Thanks, Archie. I'll let assistant know that you were thinking of him and wish him well on his final. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming from Great Britain, too. We always love to have people from multiple continents in here. So thanks for coming, Archie. All right. I don't know if assistant is going to like this or not. We'll let him see this and see if he gets upset. I'm trying to make a little bit of a trail, so it kind of looks like we're R2-D2 like broke some ground here, and I might have to kick him out a little bit because he's literally right on top of this Jawa. I don't know if you can see that. That's a little hard to see. Mr. Raider, you should mix tiles with tan plates on the ground. It's just another bit of detail to go in the MOC, to get into the MOC. I agree that. I definitely agree with that. And if assistant was here, he would know exactly the best way to do that too. But that is absolutely what we want to do. Thank you, Mr. Raider. And yes, there is still plans to take this to Brickfest. I mean, I don't know if you guys heard, but things are starting to loosen up here in the United States. So we definitely want to take this, and it's actually called Brick World, and it's in Chicago. The problem with Brick World, your very first time you go, you can't go to like one of the smaller festivals if you're new, and we're brand new. We've never been to a Brick World before. So we have to go to the one in Chicago. So we literally have to wait an entire year until June of next year before we can attend. So that really stinks. But yeah, we are absolutely want to take this on the road. We've got some ideas about how we're going to do that. We want to. This is actually built. It's a little hard to see. Here, I can go to the overhead cam. Take a quick break. Go to overhead cam here. So we broke this entire MOC into sections, as hopefully you can see now. And each section is on 12 by 12 plate. So literally the mountain section over here, can't quite see it, the cantina, they're all entire sections that we can take out, put into basically giant Tupperware boxes and get on the road. So we are absolutely planning to go to Brick World next year. Okay, so let's see. Oh, I know, Plo. I would love to have the Lars homestead. And to be honest, and I will try to do this without breaking it, because we have the Crate Dragon over there, I don't know if you could see it or not. You've seen it if you watch our episodes. We ran out of room. We just don't have any more room for the Lars homestead. And that's huge, man. It's like, it's all, basically they're out in the middle of nowhere. There's all desert around them. There's no mountains or anything. So they're literally, they got a lot of space around them. I don't know if you guys knew this, but May the 4th, they came out with a little tiny Lars Homestead Tatooine set. And it's like, you know, the minifigures are literally like 1x1 little chips. They're not even minifigures. And I think if you spent $35 on Lego.com or the store, they got you one of those. So one of the things we were thinking was up on Ben's Mountain was putting a little teeny tiny Lars Homestead. But assistant wasn't that crazy about it. When we were messing around with it, it kind of stinks. Yep. Yeah, Mr. Raider, I totally agree. There's not that many Lego gatherings. There's none in the Netherlands. I would love to come out to the Netherlands, though. That would be very cool. Hey, I got a question for you guys. I know the Netherlands, you guys probably speak English. Same thing with England, but they got this brand new deal where you can add closed caption or subtitles. And what I'm worried, and I haven't researched it, is if I put subtitles, is everybody going to see the subtitles? Or is it just the people in the country that the subtitles are for? So I was thinking about doing that, but because, man, we have a lot of people watching from other countries, which is so cool. We love that. All right, so Assistant is really not going to be happy with me because I moved his Jawas out, and I can only remember where a few of them went. I know we had this little Jawa here in this cave. I'll just stick him, if I can get him to stand up. Temporary place for him. And I know these other Jawas here. 1 second. It's the second time I had to put the scrub on. I don't remember where these two Jawas, I don't know where these two Jawas go. So I'm going to let Assistant put those back in later. So we'll just toss those aside. And we'll get the other piece of the cave in here eventually, but I won't waste time doing that. So I'm going to look at the chat room here while I clean this up. And then we are going to move over to Mos Eisley. Ah, Plo, you're more of a Clone Wars guy. Oh, Droid Outpost. You know, we were talking about doing a Clone Wars mock, and I've said this in previous live streams. But man, a lot of them have been done, and there's some really, really cool ones out there. I mean, there's... oh geez, I think his name's Brickwiz. He just made a massive, like, Battle of Mandalore with entire clone armies. And building those clone armies, that ain't cheap. Not that building Tatooine was cheap, but... So yeah, I want to do something out of Clone Wars. And I was kind of glad we got to do something from Mandalorian with the Crate Dragon. Get some of the new stuff in. So, Mr. Raider, you're saying you can choose if you want subtitles. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Oh, so as a viewer, you can choose if you want subtitles. So if I put subtitles on there, you could decide if you want to see them or not. All right. So I am going to move now. Here, let me do a quick once over so you can see without trying to get the crotch cam in there. Apologize. So you can see what we did. It's a little hard to see the 3D nature of it. But essentially we build like a little ramp where R2-D2 is on the right side with the Jawas. And as always, we will have Assistant come in and look at this, and I'm sure he'll make adjustments. But now, let's move over to this corner of Mos Eisley. And I'm going to lay out the minifigures that we got, and we want to put in here because it's pretty abandoned, except for those two AST droids they have over there. So I'm going to show you guys who we got here, and we're going to have to do some modifications. So first of all, we got another Luke. And for those of you who joined a little late, we got a garage sale haul here. $19. We got another one of these land speeders. Oh yeah, a Jawa. We're going to be putting him down. Then I got, and you guys in the chat room are going to have to tell me who this guy is. This is Woody Harrelson's character from Solo. And I thought, oh, he looks like Mos Eisley material. So we put him in there. I got a Ben Kenobi with a lightsaber. And this one came with the land speeder set. Then I got another Tusken Raider. But he is going to be going over in the Crate Dragon part. So I'm going to set him aside for now. Curlix, welcome! Thanks for coming, man. Oh, Felucia. Yeah, that is the Battle of Felucia. Oof. Someday, maybe, someday. So first of all, I am going to add a Jawa to the little, if we can see the building, yeah, you probably see just the edge of it. Put a Jawa behind the counter in this building, and I want to do it without having to take it apart. Let's see if I can get them in here. It's going to be a little tricky. All right, he's in there. And this guy is going to be buying some merchandise. Maybe he's sticking them up because he's got 2 guns in his hand. Stick them up, Jawa. Give me some droid parts. And then Luke. So I like how he has this big long gun, but I don't want another Luke Skywalker. So I think I'm going to change out his hair. Nobody will be the wiser because he has this tunic on, and I guess he can keep his binoculars. So I'm going to find some alternative hair. And this is where I am going to show you guys. Assistant, with all of our Lego store buckets, has assembled, he split all of the minifigure pieces into heads. Here, I'll show you the rest. So just to know that Assistant isn't slacking, he has a heads bucket, torso bucket, a hat bucket, and a leg bucket. So I can quickly, during live stream, pick whatever hair I want. But actually, I've pre-selected some hair. And people in Tatooine are a little, you know, they kind of have, it looks a little bit like Frodo Baggins. Maybe I won't use that hair. So let's see here. Man, we got lots of Luke hair. Maybe he was wearing a helmet. Actually, a lot of guys in Mos Eisley are walking around with helmets on, although I don't want him to look like a Hoth trooper. But actually, that's pretty good. He's still wearing the tunic, so he doesn't look like one of the Hoth rebels, so I think that's a good look. And we'll have him kind of walking between stores in this corner of Mos Eisley. All right, let's see. Plo Koon, if you're adding the Imperial Spy, the Black Cloak Man from the Cantina, I request you put him behind some crates, because in the video game, he is hiding behind boxes a lot of the time. So, funny you should mention that, Plo. And let me make sure. He is right there. Hopefully you can see that. He is telling the stormtroopers where C-3PO and R2-D2 are, even though they're right there. But that's 2 different scenes. So he is on the board, and you'll have to go back and watch that video. It's when we put the new cantina in. And I don't remember where this went. The moisture evaporator. Once again, Assistant will not be happy. All right, so I'll move it back a little bit. Every time I move stuff around, I make a little bit of a mess here, so hopefully Assistant doesn't kill me. Oh boy, Mr. Raider, that is a great question. How much we've spent on this MOC. So we did, oh geez, probably in our 3rd live stream, we actually did a tally of how much we spent on it. And at that time, it was pushing about $4 grand. Now granted, we didn't spend $4 grand all at once. So Assistant, who, for those of you who don't know, is also my son, he had tons of Legos. And he loved Tatooine, so we had lots and lots of 10 Legos. But the big sets like the Cantina set I got for my birthday, the Razor Crest I got for my birthday, and that mountain was not cheap. The big giant mountain over there, hopefully you can see it. Yeah, so we spent a fortune on this thing, but it was well worth it. It's my only hobby. And let's see, Plo, what else you saying here? You could do something cool by putting a 212th helmet on a stormtrooper to show it's Commander Cody. Well, I like that. I like that. I was trying to figure out, and I would love, on one of the Star Wars shows, Bad Batch, Clone Wars, if they had some clones on Tatooine. I don't think that's ever happened. Darth Maul's been on Tatooine. You guys, if you haven't seen, I have the Darth Maul death scene with Obi-Wan Kenobi. But I don't remember clones, but I want to get them on there. Or even if it was like in a crate somewhere, a clone helmet sitting there, like Commander Cody's clone helmet. I think that'd be very, very cool. All right, so now we got to find a new head and a new hair for Ben Kenobi, because there's only so many old guys on Tatooine. So let me find a... well, you know what? In honor of... since... let me see. Maybe I can find a clone face here. Oh, I'm dropping heads all over the ground. Oh, I'm going to get in so much trouble with Assistant. Dropping his heads. Minifigure heads. Let's see. There we go. There's a grizzled Mos Eisley looking head. So we'll use that one. For now, let's... that guy just looks angry. There's Obi-Wan Kenobi's head without a body. Hopefully we do not see that in the new Obi-Wan Kenobi series. And let's get him a proper hat, or, well, you know, maybe a sombrero. Just to freak out Assistant. We gotta put that there. Have a guy wearing a sombrero. I think I'll leave him there, so when the Assistant comes home later, or comes down from finals to check out my work, and I'll say, oh no, the chat room said he needs to have a sombrero. So you, our viewers want it. That's what you get. You get a guy with a sombrero. I think that is from the new Speedy Gonzalez from Looney Tunes. Let me check real quick. Let me pull Speedy over here. Oh, no, I am way off. He's got a little yellow sombrero, not a red one. So that must have come from somebody else. Assistant will know exactly who it is, though. That's for sure. Uh-oh. I just dropped a Roadrunner. I dropped him right in the middle of the Razor, in the Docking Bay 35. I am making a mess of things. This is what happens when the Assistant leaves me alone. So we will definitely not leave the sombrero on this Mos Eisley resident, but for now, until Assistant comes back, I'm going to have angry sombrero guy walking down the street. Mighty Moose, welcome. Here, let's pull it back a little bit. All right. So with the rest of the time, I think I'm going to fill in a little more of the blend in a little more tan pieces here. So let me get my tan pieces. Do a little blending here for the rest of the time. Yeah, Plo Koon, I do often like to throw you know, my audience under the bus on the live stream, but with Assistant it's okay, because, you know, hey, he I know he's studying for finals, but I think we got to pick at him a little bit when he's not here. You know how it is. All right, let's just get a little more blending as we go, but just make little bumps in the street. We should call him Carlito. Actually, I like that. So from henceforth, this is he's got to have like a dangerous Mos Eisley last name. So let's call him Carlito Let's see, what would it be? Something, there's Skywalker, there's Lars. We'll call him Carlito. What would be a good Mos Eisley or Tatooine last name for Carlito here? Custom Stormtrooper gun in the bottom left. Could be, oh, this guy right here. Yeah, a little bit. We just added the little extension. He's not carrying an E11 blasters like his buddies. He's carrying just a regular gun, and we just put a lightsaber extension on him. So he has a slightly different gun than the other guys. It's kind of a shorter version of the Stormtrooper long rifle. All right, let's... And once again, I'm going to caveat this by saying that Assistant is the blending guy. He does a lot better with that. So any blending that looks bad, I will throw myself under the bus on that. I will not blame the chat room. Because Assistant will definitely be doing a full audit of all of my activities, and he might tear out some of the stuff that I put in here. So just to warn you, what you might see today could be gone next week. So there we go. You can't really see the Jawa. I put a Jawa in the inside of this little shop here. It's a little hard to see. And I think he fell over. So I'll do a little more work. I guess I could put him out in front of the shop. Why don't we do that? Might be easier to see then. If I can get him out of here. I'll tell you what, this building that I'm working on right now, this little shop, this was part of the UCS Cantina set. And man, do they make... Lego does make some really good solid sets. Like these things do not come apart. A lot of our custom buildings that I did, a lot of them, they don't last very long. All right, so I'm going to put the Jawa right out in front of his shop here. If I can get him to stand. There we go. I put a little piece on his foot. Brady Palmer, welcome. Where do you get the big mountain pieces in bulk? Well, Brady, I gotta tell you, the only place to get anything in bulk is really Bricklink, and you really gotta look. You gotta do some searching on there. But you go to Bricklink, search on like the tan plates or the cheese pieces, and I think they're called slope pieces. Let me take this off really quick. Get our Jawa planted. And there are guys, one store on Bricklink, a guy named Brick Vibe, he sells them by the thousands. So that is where I get my pieces from. Most of them. Uh-oh. You're going to see the top of my head here for a second. I'm going to get the little canopy on top of the building. Okay, there we go. So this guy is a disgruntled customer, and that's Woody Harrelson's character from Solo. And maybe one of you guys in the chat room told me his name. I can't forget, but we're just going to say it's a different guy. Or he could have been there before he Han Solo shot first and killed him. But he's a disgruntled customer who came back to get his money back. This Jawa sold him some bad goods. Add a green lightsaber. 2 pelts to look like death sticks. I like that. We could in the cantina have some death sticks. I have one more thing I want to show you guys. And how are we doing on time? Oh, we got 15 minutes, so we got some time left. So we did find this head in a garage sale. And for those of you who don't know this, this guy is worth a ton of money. And we already have one of him for Jabba's Palace, which you've probably seen, but we wanted one of these guys in our cantina. So now we actually have a torso, or I'm sorry, legs and a head, but we don't have a torso. So and he's going to go in the cantina. So I'm going to try to find a torso for this guy. And that was a nice find at the garage sale. I'll tell you, I couldn't believe what we were finding in garage sales. The stuff people sell. Old Legos. Alyssa, you have a LoBricks Lego rough drawing. The result of a very lazy Sundray. I got to see that. I've got to see that, Alyssa. For those of you who don't know, Alyssa is an artist. She's, in fact, I'm going to try to talk her into doing our thumbnails. But this was Alyssa's contribution to LoBricks. She gave me this at the garage sale. I think it is her, might be her sister's, but Jack Sparrow. So we're going to take very good care of this, Alyssa. All right, I think I found the torso piece for this guy. And once again, assistant only likes original torsos. So this could upset him, especially since this torso piece is wearing like a flight jacket. So this is not the correct one for this guy. But for now, I think this will do. And I'm going to put him right next to Carlito here in Mos Eisley, because assistant is going to hate this. One, I put a sombrero on a Mos Eisley guy, so that's not going to stand. And two, I put the wrong torso on this $30 minifigure. So when he comes home and he sees this, oh boy, I'm going to have to film that when he sees this. These two guys walking here. All right. So do a little more blending out here. This is a little too tan. Let's mix in some other colors. And I'll have to level this out a little bit. Isn't that realistic? I know, Plo Koon. Well, thank you, Alyssa. That is our new logo. It's official. All right, let's get a little more light tan in here, I think. It starts to get a little more hilly and rocky out here, so I think this is okay. Because these studs are up a hair from the other ones. Need some of the two. There we go. Some of the two-parter ones. 1x2 bricks. There we go. A little more blending on the edge of town. Pyro 501st, welcome. Thanks for coming. So Andrew Dunbar, did you see Coconut Bricks Studio Utapa MOC? Utapau, sorry. I have not seen that. Sprawl out LoBricks when the 1x1 pieces. So one thing, Plo Koon, you're gonna have to go back and check out our old videos. On the back of Ben's Hut's Mountain, we actually have LoBricks spelled out in black on yellow. I don't know what video that was in. I'll have to check that out. Hey Brady, I'm just catching this now, man. Thanks. I appreciate it. We need way more subscribers. That would be awesome. We're at right around, I think we're like closing in on 680, which, you know, hey, I'm glad that anybody's watching or listening to me. So I would love to get more subscribers. That would be very cool. Arrow pointing down for the L. I like that. So I don't know how many of you know this, the origins of why we're called LoBricks. Well, first of all, does anyone know what the LO stands for in LoBricks? You guys can take some guesses. Throw some wild guesses out there, because I think Alyssa knows the story, but I don't know how many of the rest of you do. If Christian's still there, Pesila can He knows it. But does anyone know what the LO stands for in LoBricks? Let's see how you guys have been paying attention to our videos. And for those who haven't seen the videos, make sure you go back and rewatch. In the USA, we're getting close, Pyro, to 5 o'clock. It is 4:51. And we're going to be going for about 10 more minutes here. I'm going to blend in a little more. Get some tan pieces melded in that assistant can come back later and fix, because he doesn't like them sticking up like that. All right. Keep TV, Life of Bricks. I like that. I like that. That's not it, but like other people said, lots of bricks, like lots of bricks, love of bricks. Shot in the dark. It was a good shot. It was a good shot. And hello, Keep TV. Welcome. Well, we'll wait for a few more guesses here, and Alyssa won't spoil it. So when assistant was actually, I'll just tell you, because we're getting to the end. When assistant, let's see. I'll ask a few more questions. Brady, what is your all-time favorite part of the mock? Oh, I would love to hear what the chat room said, but man, I'll scroll over to it without ruining things. I love that mountain. That mountain, and it took assistant forever to build that thing. That thing is awesome. I'm not gonna lie, I also like the Crate Dragon. If you can see it, it's a little dark over there. But the mountain is my all-time favorite. Canteen is cool too. So let me make sure that I got this. So you can see Carlito and his buddy. Carlito, that's a great name. There we go. Oh, so Pyro, when you say it's 22:53, so it's like 10 o'clock, almost 11 o'clock there. So glad, man. We have a Pyro from Germany. Archie was earlier from Britain. Who is from the Netherlands again? I forgot. Caleb, welcome. Lobot joke. Like Lobot, but LoBricks. Ah, Lobot. Yeah, actually, that's kind of cool, too. I didn't even think of that one. That's a new one. Thomas Gutierrez, welcome. How many parts do you think you have in the mock? That is another great question. When somebody was asking the spend question earlier, we are counting. We have an active count, and we are over 15,000 pieces right now, Thomas. Let's see. There's a lot of cool stuff in the mock. Are there going to be any pod racers, functional or scrap? Well, so Keep TV, you've got to go back and watch the Crate Dragon episode, because we do have Anakin's old pod racer with Cobb Vanth riding it over by our Crate Dragon. And I kind of scrolled over there a little bit ago, but we were going to have an entire pod race section on the mock, which was going to be right there, but we wanted to have the Darth Maul death scene instead. So that's where the pod racers were going to be. That we're calling that Beggar's Canyon. But we had Darth Maul's death scene instead. And by the way, for those of you that haven't seen the video, that's not actually how Darth Maul died. He didn't have Ben Kenobi's lightsaber go right through him. But we just kind of like that. So that's what we did. Yeah, 15,000 and counting. So let's see here. Oh, before we go, I guess I have to tell you how it got named. So when assistant was young, when he was just a little assistant, and he would get angry, he would go around the house and he would draw unhappy faces on the wall, and next to the unhappy faces he just drew two letters, L-O. And so when we made the Lego channel, we said LoBricks. So LoBricks. And then the very first live stream, we're like, hey guys, what do you think LoBricks means? And one guy said, lots of bricks. So we're like, that's it. You guessed it. First guess. So now you know the rest of the story, or the true story. So let's see. Yep. Episode 1 of season 2. Yeah, yes. And that is, I'll tell you, Keep TV, that is one of my favorite, probably all-time episodes of TV, not let alone Star Wars, was the Marshal. That was so cool. Very, very cool. In the USA, I think the live is so cool with Walmarts, little cities, high school. That would be kind of neat. A USA MOC. And do we have any Easter eggs in the MOC? We've got tons of Easter eggs, Thomas. You have to go back. You guys who haven't seen all the videos, go back and look, because we stuck Easter eggs all over the place. And this might be an Easter egg from now that we have this guy with the sombrero. But I guarantee you, as soon as the assistant comes home and sees that, he's like, no, we can't have a guy in a sombrero. I think that'd be kind of funny. But yeah, we have Easter eggs all over the place. And for those of you who don't know, basically we've broken the space-time continuum. And also, like, in Mos Eisley, we have Padme and Qui-Gon Jinn and Anakin walking down the street. We know that was Mos Espa. We literally have R2-D2s and C-3POs all over the place. We have them hiding in a doorway, standing next to the land speeder. So, but there are some Easter eggs. In fact, I should probably do, like, an Easter egg episode to kind of go through all of them. And for those of you who don't know, one day, Assistant got kind of angry at a minifigure that he didn't like, and he buried it in the middle of the mountain. Just like some people say Jimmy Hoffa is like buried in a bridge someplace. We have a minifigure buried in that mountain. And I honestly, I think Assistant knows. We're going to have to ask him. I don't remember who it was. I think it was somebody from Harry Potter. But there was a minifigure buried in that mountain, which is kind of gross or sad a little bit. So we are coming up on time. We're at 4:58. I'm going to do one last check of the chat room here before we call it a day. Keep TV, I like the Viginette's approach to the MOC. Yes, that's what we were. That's a great word for it, Viginettes or Viginettes. Don't know if I'm saying that right, but that is exactly what I'm going to do. A bunch of little scenes. And what's funny is once in a while we'll get comments that are like, "Hey, the Imperial spy is telling the stormtroopers where to look for R2-D2, and they're standing right there, R2-D2 and C-3PO. So how come he doesn't see them?" That's because it's in a different time. That's why. We have all kinds of little scenes all over the place. All right. Thank you, Pyro the Mountain. Glad you like the mountain. And let's see, Alyssa, we have lots of old DVDs of Assistant's old Lego movies he made at our house. He did. Assistant used to make, he loved the Mummy. Assistant used to make these, he had this giant Mummy Lego set. And I can't remember what it was. It was like Curse of the Mummy or something. And he used to make all of these movies. I should dig those out and put those on the channel. That'd be fun. That'd be pretty cool. We'll see, Alyssa. Thanks for coming. Vignettes. Perfect. Perfect. All right, so I'm going to go back and look at everybody that joined us here for coming today. We have a really active chat room, and I really appreciate it, guys. Had some new people join and others, so we got, let's see, let's go through it really quick. Andrew, I think you stayed through the whole way. Seb Scott, Alyssa Zarilli, Christian Peselkin. We got Carter. Always good to see Carter. Cowboy Master was here for a little bit. I'm sure I'm missing people. So Archie from Britain, that was very cool to see you. Plo Koon, very cool you showed up. Clip Films out of Melbourne. I think we got almost all of the continents here. We had Australia, we had Germany, we had South America. Oh boy, I'm gonna miss folks here. Let's see. We Keep TV, Mr. Raider, Jedi Dude. I didn't even see Jedi Dude. Sorry, man. What's up? Mimi Clan. Let's see. Curlix FN. Brady Palmer. Let's see. Pyro 501st. And Pyro, you're an oldie but a goodie. I know you've been here before. And Caleb with the Lobot. And, oh, I'm missing folks. Thomas Guerrez. I'm going to butcher your last name. Gutierrez Alvarez. Very cool. And this. So check out the, see you, Thomas. Thanks for coming. Pyro 501st. The school is just as boring in America. Yes. Yes. Assistant is not a fan of school. I don't know if anyone really likes school. Christian, man, 3 thumbs up. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for coming. All right. So we will see you guys. So before I leave, Plo Koon, back from dinner. Welcome back. We were just closing it out. So we are going to be back this Wednesday. So Assistant Promises this Wednesday is going to be Jabba's Palace. Back to Jabba's Palace. So we will see if that happens. We have a couple of videos in the hopper in case it doesn't. We had a really long dry spell for bricks coming in from Bricklink. But we got like 3 huge orders, which we are in desperate need of. We were basically just down to these little one-piecers and filling in on Mos Eisley. So got a lot of the pieces we need for Jabba's Palace. Goodbye, Brady. Thanks for coming, man. And so, again, Monday we have our unboxing videos. Wednesdays we have our mock builds. Friday is kind of assistance where he does minifigures and reviews and all of that. So make sure you join us. Nico, you came in right at the end, but thanks for coming, man. So we will see you guys soon. Thanks for staying on the. Thanks for staying all the way through. Pyro, dinner, and now you're going to bed. Yeah, it's like almost midnight out there, isn't it? Or 11. But thanks for coming, everybody. We will see you soon. This is Leaky Trooper speaking on behalf of Assistant. Thanks for coming to LoBricks. And Alyssa, thanks for the very cool logo. We're going to have to get that up there. And we will see you guys soon. And I am out of here, so bye.